Hey everyone, Damien the Kung Fit Coach here. Today we're going to be looking at how you can build dynamite explosive power with just a rubber band. Okay, I may have exaggerated slightly. We're going to be using resistance bands. A set of these is a really great tool. You can adjust the resistance to exactly where you need it for different body parts by combining the different bands and adjusting their length. Throw in different straps and handles and you have a really versatile go anywhere workout kit. If you don't have a set of resistance bands already, I highly recommend them. There's a link down in the description below where you can get a good set. Alright, on to the exercises then. These are all going to be compound movements because that's where explosive power really comes into play in day-to-day life and in sport. A powerful squat is useful for pretty much any sport where you use your legs. And by using bands, we can really drive into the explosive potential without weights flying off of our back. We've got two options here. We anchor the band under our feet, and then we can either loop it around our neck or hold it with our hands. This can make arm strength a limiting factor, but you might find it more comfortable. From here, we can really put our all in to get a quick concentric movement, the part where we are moving against gravity, and then slow it down to really test ourselves with a nice slow eccentric, where we're moving towards gravity. Next, we can take things up a notch and really push our explosive power to the max with jump squats. Here you'll want to anchor the band to something nice and heavy that isn't going to move when you jump. So we'll loop the band around our neck again and really drive everything we have into jumping up. Really push those calves and thighs. The added resistance you have here is going to help increase your jump height more than simply jumping normally. We've worked our quads, so we want to work our hamstrings as well. There's all sorts of things we could do here, but a lot of you are probably already doing deadlifts, and we really want to lean into that explosive element, so I'm going to suggest kickbacks. We're going to anchor the band to something nice and low and wrap the band around the ankle. If you're using the set I've linked to, you can use the ankle strap to make sure it stays really secure. But if you've got a fixed loop band, you can just loop it through like this. Lean yourself forward and place your hands on the wall, floor, or in my case, stall bars. Put all of your weight onto the leg that doesn't have the band, keeping it mostly straight. And then with the other leg, kick it back, contracting your glutes, keeping your leg as straight as possible. And then drop it back down again. Next we have knee lifts. We're going to leave the band anchored in the same place as for the kickbacks, though you may want a different strength band. Simply drive your knee up with as much power as you can. This is going to be really helpful for sprinting and kicking motions. Moving on up the body, next we have wood choppers. We can do these horizontally, upwards or downwards, depending on where we anchor the band. This is going to work our core, with each variation having a slightly different focus. Try and explode out, and just like with our squats, slowly move back to the start. You can also twist in the foot to get even more rotation. This is going to be great for anything where you need explosive torso twists, such as boxing, tennis, or baseball. That's it for the lower body. If you're planning on giving any of these a go, make sure you give that like button a good hard kick with your mouse cursor. On to some upper body exercises now. We can create a really powerful single or double arm push, perfect for rugby, American football, or even boxing, because that explosive push works some of the same muscles as a punch, simply by anchoring a band behind us, just below shoulder level. For the double arm, we're going to grab an end in each hand, stand in a split stance, tighten our core, and just push out with as much force as we can. You can then do that slow eccentric again. For the one arm push, we hold one end of the band, anchor it at the other, and do the same motion. Make sure your rear leg matches the working arm and you keep your torso square rather than twisted back. To work on our pull, again something that appears in all sorts of sports, we can keep the band anchored in the same place and do rows. Depending on the angle of the grip we take, we'll change the level of bicep versus back involvement. You could do both palms down and palms up to get a good workout on both. But equally, you may want to work an angle that's more specific to your sport. To build these into your workouts, I suggest you start pretty light and just get used to the force the bands are applying to you. Then you can gradually increase the resistance until you're doing around about 5 reps before you need to stop. Too many more and you're getting into hypertrophy or even endurance territory. That's not going to work your explosive power quite so effectively. Much fewer and you're not really going to get enough reps to improve your form or stimulate adaptation. Do around 3 to 5 sets of these and rest for about 2 minutes between each set. If you're short on time, you can superset the exercises. This means that you do 2 consecutively which work different muscles and just have the 1 rest period. This cuts your resting time in half, but still gives each muscle adequate rest. So give these exercises a go and see just how explosive you can get. If you want more content on fitness, healthy living, or martial arts, make sure you hit subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.